Good morning, everyone. It's summer solstice. I didn't get you anything, sorry. It's a point in the Earth's orbit around the sun, and for the northern hemisphere, it's the most direct rays that we get from the sun, and the longest day for us, too. I'll have a blog on that later today. But here is the morning satellite image, and it shows leftover clouds from some showers that tried to rally support there in eastern Oklahoma. I don't think rain is a threat for us majorly here in the Ozarks today. We'll check radar here, and it reveals really nothing nearby. If we zoom out, though, what you'll see in the northern plains are the remnants of flash flood warnings up there. That's the outlined areas in green. Duluth had some flooding in the major downtown portion of that city with more rain coming their way or redeveloping. But what we're curious about is a front that actually lies up here that'll be impacting our weather here possibly by late tonight, and then it'll be around the area tomorrow. Its main effect will be to bring cooler temperatures and scattered rain, the extent of which it really is very fickle. This time of year, these fronts are influenced by the thunderstorms that form along them the day before, so sometimes it's not always clear cut. One thing I do know, the severe weather outlook for today has the severe weather slight risk area right here, and general thunderstorms are forecast about halfway through the Ozarks due to the idea that the front will be coming in later on here tonight. Temperatures, wow, very toasty across the Great Plains, but it's also obvious where the front is. While we have mid-70s dominating all the weather out here, it cools to the 50s back here in parts of Nebraska and South Dakota. So the front, or the combination of the front and the cool outflow boundaries, pretty easy to peg today on the temperature profile. Speaking of temperatures, we can take a look at that here. First, let me show you the morning weather map. That's where the front is analyzed here, drawn sometimes as stationary just because over a short time period it's not really going to move all that much, but given a day it will make some progress. Today, though, we are very much caught up in the still very steady southerly flow of air with the high pressure system here on the east coast and relative low pressure here, so the winds are circulating around that, and that's what we're in today. Very steady southerly flows, so not much changes. There's a zoom up shot, and you can see these are the morning station plots here, and there's a guide to how to read this, by the way. And but we're looking at Sedalia is 76 with a dew point of 69, fairly moist air for this time of year. Dew points that rise near 70 are something to contend with. In the 60s, though, like we have had, that's actually not that bad. It's fairly comfortable for this time of year. Here's the temperature plot, computer model's idea of what will be another day right around 90 here, but then substantially cooler tomorrow. Again, the fluctuation and the disagreement all stems from the fact that no one, including the computer models, is quite sure how the showers will develop over the course of Thursday. But it is clear that it will be a cool down Thursday and Friday, followed by a pretty hot period there. Saturday I can lump that into maybe, but Sunday and Monday in particular look like the two hottest days with mid-90s possibly in the bag. And then some changes in the jet stream I'll show you in a minute that could bring some cooler weather to us next week. Here's a precipitation projection. You'll notice that one of the computer models puts us at about 1/3 of an inch. The scale is on the left, and the other ones are not quite as enthusiastic. But all of that is forecast to develop for some models as early as just after midnight. It depends on how the precipitation along the front develops tonight, but most of them are putting it in tomorrow afternoon. And redevelopment along the front, again, is always kind of a throw of the dice to see exactly what small-scale features are going to determine what happens. And by the way, here's June so far. And of course, as has been true of most of the months out of the last 13, this one has been above normal, and I don't see any reason why it won't finish that way. I just don't see anything that would stop that. Here is a quick look at the precipitation projection here over the next 1 to 2 days. It's additive, so basically it doesn't mean it's going to rain, but you just take 2 days worth of precipitation added up, and it's going to do its best up here around the turnpike there, I-70 in Kansas. And you can kind of see that this is a hint of redevelopment of showers along a front whenever it is elongated like that. So we'll see if that pans out for tomorrow afternoon. And then finally, I'll take a look at the long-range computer. This is the surface chart here. I'm just going to step through this and show you what we're up against. So there's the rain along the front in Missouri. So that clears out a little bubble of high pressure, gives us our cooler Thursday and especially Friday. Then we're back into the heat here. This is looking at... now we're looking at Monday here. And then another little cool front with some showers possible on Monday. That's one idea. And that little wedge of high pressure there is what could bring a slight relief in our temperature for early next week. Enjoy your summer solstice.